presentation about the business partner, and after we will change topic in a GL accounting. Okay? Okay.
Okay, are you ready? Just a moment, no problem with the connection.
Un attimo, questo. Sì? Ora? È andato?
Sì.
Riuscirà. Sì?
Okay. Are you ready? Okay. Now we continue with the extension of the business partner to the vendor role. So before we created the business partner as a general rule, we extended it as a customer in finance and in logistics. But there is sparito.
Come si può mettere cambio di schermo?
Okay.
Togliere i punti. Sì. Poi.
No. No. Moment. non sta funzionando bene.
No.
Sorry, just a moment.
No.
Così qua. There is a problem with the screen. Si vede?
Sì.
Ho cambiato tutto.
Sì. Impazzito.
Come?
Ah, vedi, ma- il PC.
Non è problema.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Um,
Now can you hear me?
sì.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Back. Don't worry. Focus on the extension of the business partner as a vendor, a finance vendor, and the process is the same because you have to click on the icon change on the business partner created as a generic business partner and to click on finance vendor. Then you have to insert specific information related for the sending payment letter. And as we performed before for the generic business partner opened, we have already inserted this specific information, but it's a typical information useful for finance vendor. And after insert this information about into the communication section, you can save it, and it's relevant for the vendor. Also, in this case, we have a different tab, and we can navigate through this different tab. And also, in this case, all the information about the address, the identification, and the control are retrieved from the business partner created as a generic business partner. The relevant information about the finance vendor can be inserted into the tab vendor group the general data. And here we can see that there is the vendor number that is retrieved and the vendor assignment that is the account group. And also now we have the tab referred to the additional field. And as I said before, this specific tab is useful for HQ. So also for this tab, we have to insert specific information that are useful only for HQ. And some of them are of default after we insert it together. And the second step is to extend, in order to extend the business partner as a vendor finance business partner, we have to click on the company code. And clicking on the company code, we can create and extend the business partner as a finance vendor on a specific company code. Okay. After, we have to insert also the reconciliation account. And as for the customer, using the match code, we can choose the specific reconciliation account that can be domestic or foreign. And this information is relevant after for the billing and accounting document. Another relevant tab about the vendor is the vendor payment tab. And in this tab, we have to insert the payment data, for example, the term of payment. And if the payment term are specified in this master data at this step, they will serve as default in the invoice. Okay? So if you enter it in the invoice, it's retrieved from the business partner master data, but after you can change also it in the accounting document. Can be also performed a specific payment block clicking on this specific tab. And also in this case, there is the clearing with customer, and it's possible to check the clearing with customer field to enable the offsetting of open item between customer and vendor. Among the relevant information related to vendor, there is also a tab created related to the vendor status. And also in this way, you can block, for example, a specific vendor created for the posting, clicking on the selected company code if it's necessary. Now it's a relevant tab that is related to the vendor withholding tax. And among the relevant field managed for the finance vendor, there is the withholding tax. And using the match code, it's possible to choose also in this way the withholding tax type that defines the category and the rule for the withholding tax. The withholding tax code, that there are multiple withholding tax code can be assigned to a single withholding tax type, and the subject, and if it's checked, the withholding tax will be applied for the selected withholding tax type during the invoice of payment process. Then in detail, after the next session, we will see in detail also the withholding tax. Yes, when we post the invoice. And about the withholding tax, this information is relevant for about LATAM, for Mexico, both the companies, for Chile, for Colombia, Dominican Republic, and Panama. Now we perform the exercise to extend the vendor as a finance business partner, with the business partner as a finance vendor, and then we continue with the logistic vendor. Okay. So we go to the SAP, and you have to search the business partner created before. Okay. Use the transaction BP, and with the search term, you can find the business partner that you created with the specific search term. I search it. Okay, I searched it. Okay. With a double click. Okay. It's here. Yeah. Search term is very relevant if you take the business partner, because when you do search term, you can search it without problems. It's more easily. Have you tried the business partner? In the screen there is the mine. You ever tried? You created before? Okay. Yeah. Yes. You also try this business partner. Okay, you can continue. Okay. With a double click, you are in display mode. And now you have to click on this icon, change. Yeah. Just a moment. Just a moment. No.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready? Now you are in display mode. You click on change. And clicking on change, using the arrow, you can choose finance vendor with the code FLV and N00. Double click. And now we can start to insert all the relevant information related to the finance vendor. Okay. Okay. So the information are the same about the address overview, identification, and control inserted before. Now we go on this specific tab, the vendor general data, and we can see the vendor number, that is the same inserted for the business partner, and the account group referred to vendor assignment, that is represent the vendor third party, because we have created a third party business partner. Okay. Now we go to the additional field to insert all the additional fields useful for HQ. Okay. So into the category master data, you can insert also in this way 99 as default. And this field using the match code, you can find nine other. And about the relation type, you can insert a administrative. Okay, you click enter, and about the commercial area, also using the company code, you can choose MX. Okay, so you click enter, and also the other information are retrieved automatically. For example, the info about the market and the info about channel. Okay. Now you can click, after inserted this specific info, you can click on save. And in this way, all the changes have been saved. Now we click on company code because we want to extend the business partner on our company code. And we use the company code that is MX10. Okay, if you click on enter, now there are all the relevant information in all the relevant tabs that you have to insert. First of all, we have the reconciliation account.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. One.
Okay, now. Okay. Okay. Now we are in the tab vendor, and we have to enter the reconciliation account that is a mandatory field. Moment.
If you are explaining,
okay. So we can insert the reconciliation account that is useful for the invoicing. And with the match code, we can choose the domestic on the foreign. And in this way, we are created a domestic finance vendor. So we choose this specific account. Okay.
we don't have the description because you are with this.
Now we can move to this other tab that is the vendor payment transaction. And also in this way, we can insert a specific term of payment using the match code. For example, also is X002. Okay. Okay. Vendor payment transaction.
Yes. Yes. Excuse.
Because if you continue without inserted all the relevant info, the system block you. Okay, we have to insert another relevant info. That is the flag on the check double invoice. It means that when we are creating an invoice, if you have already created an invoice with the same data, for example, the account, for example, the same vendors, the same quantities, the same data, the system informs you that an invoice already exists with the same vendor and with the same data. Okay?
Yes, because after we will see an accounting
Yes.
document. Okay, in the accounting document is present a field reference. Okay, for the vendor invoice, in this reference, we put the vendor invoice number. Okay, the combination to document date and reference, in this case, vendor invoice number. If you have already posted another invoice with the same data, the system show you an warning and show you the message. You have already inserted this invoice. You want to proceed or not? And so you can check, of course, if it's already present or not. So you close the transaction. Okay.
So for this reason, this flag is very
Yes,
important
by this
in the master data. In the master data. Nothing about procedure. Also, for the vendor, you have the tab related to the posting block, and if it's necessary for you, you can select your company code in order to block the finance vendor. And here there are all the information related to the withholding tax.
Okay, so regarding the withholding tax, so if you open the match code here, so the system show you all withholding tax that we have created for this country. For example, in this case, Mexico. Okay, so you have all typology of withholding tax, and you select, for example, TA to one of these. Yes. So another information that the system we need to insert is the withholding tax code. In withholding tax code is present the percentage of the withholding tax in order to calculate the amount directly in the invoice. Okay, so we have the withholding tax type linked to the withholding tax code. In this case, we have just one, T1, and 10,60%. Okay, so we select this, and another flag that we need to insert is subject. If we insert this flag, it automatically the system, when you post the vendor invoice with this business partner, it automatically calculate the withholding tax. If you don't put this flag, the system don't calculate the withholding tax. Okay.
Okay. And then with the withholding tax, all the information about the finance vendor are inserted. So you can proceed saving. In this way, you have to save the finance vendor created. Okay. The business partner has been created now with the finance vendor.
We extend the business partner to the rule related to the finance vendor. Okay, so in this way you can post this business partner directly in the finance transaction.
Now, if you click on display, you can see that you have before created the business partner as a general business partner. After you have extended it as a finance customer, a finance vendor, and a logistic customer. Okay, only because it's a test. Now we go back to the training with the last step, that is the extension of the business partner as a logistic finance, as a logistic vendor. And also to perform this activity, you have already created a general business partner and you have to change it in order to create this as a vendor logistic. And for this particular step, it's so important the purchasing organization, because the role of managing the vendor within the relevant purchasing organization. And for example, a service vendor used in the process must be registered at the master data level under the indirect purchasing organization. About the purchasing data can be all the information related to the logistic vendor can be inserted after the click on the change in business part rule and inserted to the logistic vendor. Okay, it's the same step that we performed before for the other extensions. And in this way, after you have to click on purchasing organization. After clicking on purchasing organization, you have to insert the purchasing organization on which you want to extend the logistic vendor. So now you can see that the code is changing because the purchase organization has not the same code of the company code, but it's finished with 19, for example. For Mexico, MX10 is MX19. For MX20 is MX29. For the CO10 is a CO19. And the code is the same, but with 19 about the purchase organization. Okay. And after clicking on the purchase organization, also for this extension, we have different tabs, and we have info to insert in. Into the purchase organization data condition, we have the currency, we have the payment term, and a very relevant field that is the good receipt based invoice verification. If you flag this good receipt based invoice verification, means that the invoice can only be posted after the goods have been received. Okay? If you have not received the goods, you cannot post the invoice. Go back, we go way, and also in this way we have the partner function tab that is populated automatically, and with all the details about the partner function. There is a recap about the partner function with all the partner rules that you can visualize. Okay, we can go back to the system in order to finish our exercise. We use the same business partner, don't worry. Don't create another business partner, we only extend it. So you have recalled your business partner, searched the business partner created before. Okay, me too. And I am in display mode. In order to change it, to extend this as a finance in logistic, you have to click on change. Okay. After click on change with the arrow, you have to click on the logistic vendor. Double click on the logistic vendor. And also in this way, there are all the tabs that you created before, and you have to go on vendor general data, because it's the first relevant tab in order to create the logistic vendor, okay? Because the address, the overview are already filled in. Here you can see the vendor number, that is the same of the business partner. Okay. account group, and here, if you switch to the vendor tax data, vendor text, and additional field, you can see that all is populated. Okay? You have only to save it, and then click on purchasing. After clicking on purchasing, you have to insert here the purchase organization. That is that finish with 19. Okay? So now, in our example, we have MX10, so we have to insert MX19. Also, in this way, you can use the match code to retrieve it.
But you remember, so you have your company code, for example, MX10, related to purchase orders, purchase organization, sorry, we have MC19. Okay, it's the same for all company code. EA10, EA19. Yeah, okay.
You click on enter now. And after clicking on enter, you can populate all the other tabs that are the purchasing data, partner functions, tax, and supply region. Now, in the purchasing data, in the conditions section, you can see that we have mandatory field. One is the order currency. Okay. With the match code, you can choose the currency. Because of the purchase organization we inserted is MX19, we choose the MXN. Yes. Mexican pesos. And also a payment term as default that is also possible.
Yes.
Yes. From your side? Okay, from your side?
Purchasing.
Yes. Now, with the help of the match code, insert a specific payment term. And we choose the same we used before. That is X002. Okay. And now, the very important thing is to click on good receipt-based invoice verification. Okay, flag this field as we saw before in the training. Okay, we go to the partner functions, and here we can see also all the partner function with the number that are already inserted. Okay, and now if we click on save, we have saved all the information about the logistic vendor. Okay. So in this way, you can also extend the business partner as a logistic vendor. And in the same way, if you change mode and you click on display, you can see that you have created a business partner, and after you have extended it as a finance customer, a finance vendor, and a logistic customer or a logistic vendor. Okay? Do you have some doubt about this topic?
I'm sure because the next session is the GL account. If you have
Success
doubt
area.
on others,
We will give you all the presentation. Okay? All is clear? Really? Okay. Okay, so we can switch.
Of course, we have the PowerPoint, the presentation in your teams. If you want to study or you want to exercise in the environment, follow the step present the presentation and the performance test if you want.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I think we can start directly with a new session, or you want to do a break? I think no. Okay. Okay, we can start after we do a break. Okay, so because we have a very shortly agenda for this session, and so we have different topic related to the GL account because we will see the reporting, we will see the vendor invoice, director in finance, the fiscal requirement related to the reporting. Okay, yeah, non sto condividendo. Good. We start very well. And so we will see the direct tax management, withholding tax management, exchange rate importing manually in SAP, and other topics related to the GL account. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So this is just an introduction related to the module present in SAP, but we don't need it to have. Okay. The chart of account. Okay. So the chart of account is the group that where is present all GL account created in SAP. Okay, so we have chart of account related to the group of DMG, where is present all GL accounts codified in SAP. And after you extend this GL account to your company code, if you need it. Okay. Regarding the chart of account, will be managed directly to HQ. So HQ create the GL account in SAP generally. And after you can extend this GL account for your company code, of course, if you needed to use. Okay. For example, in this case, we have our chart of account related to the DG group. And after we have account 1, 2, 3, and we extend for Mexican company here, only Mexican services here, and others. Okay. Perfect. Okay. This is the transaction code that used HQ in order to create the GL account in SAP, FSP0. By this transaction code, we create the GL account only in the chart of accounts. So when we create the GL account in chart of accounts, you cannot use your transaction, this GL account, because it's not extended for your company code. Okay? If we want to extend the GL account for your company code, we use another transaction code, FSS0. Okay, so you can use this transaction because you retrieve the GL account and extend for you. After we have another transaction code in order to create in the same time the GL account in the chart of account and for your company code. Okay, FS00. Okay, so we have just for introduction in the system, so you can perform directly the transaction code FS00 in order to display an GL account. And we will see all data present in the master data related to the DG. Okay, for example, we go in the system, we run the transaction FS00, okay? We put here an GL account. In this case, for example, I have to credit note to be issued to department store, but this is just an example, okay? So the information that we have, this is the, yeah, You are, yeah, sure. You are in transaction FS00. F at the start. S00. Good. All of your transaction, you can copy directly the code. Okay. No. Okay. Just in display mode. So we not create GL account in SAP. Okay. Perfect. Let's enter now. Good. Okay. All of you are in the transaction code. Okay, good. So the data that is present in the master data of the GL account. So we have the typology. If is of course a balance sheet account or for yes. Just in display.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the first data that we have is the typology. Okay, the typology, we define if this GL account is related to the balance sheet account or P&L account, for example, in this case, P. Okay, so in this case, we cannot modify, of course, after the creation, but we have P, X, so balance sheet, and others. Okay, the account group define the numbering of the GL account, but this information is related to the balance sheet area. So if we are creating a cost, a revenue or balance sheet account, as in this case, okay, and we have different numbering of the code. For example, for revenue, the code start with 3, the cost start with 4, okay, the other is for the balance sheet. And after we have start with 5, but related to the treasury, and this is an P&L account. Okay. After we have the short text and the long text. This information you have directly in the finance transaction. When we post an accounting document, so we have this information close to the account that we chose. Okay. The second tab, we have the control data. This is related to your for company code. So we have different data in base of the company code. For example, we have the account currency. This is retrieved for your company code. In this case, Mexican, we have Mexican. Okay. The tax category, in this case, we have all tax typology allowed because this is an balance sheet account. But for example, for cost, we put only the input tax code. So we have this indication, a output tax code if we have revenue account. Okay. After we have other account management, but this is related to the reporting. For example, open item management, if we insert this flag, if we need to clearing this account. For example, for P&L, we don't have. Okay. And after sort key is just for related to the reporting. Okay. So other information is the field status group, but this is related to when we when we book on a specific account, the field that we are disposal in order to insert information on this account. Okay, text, others, VAT, and others. After, at the end, we have, of course, the translation of the account in the different language. Okay. Do you have doubts about this? Okay. I think it's more easy, and remember, you not create GL account, but just HQ create, you extend, maybe, but generally no. Okay. Okay. We return on the presentation. And now we speak about the document type and tax code. Okay, so regarding the document type in SAP, the document type has 2 digits, is identified by 2 digits, sorry. And we have different document types. For example, document types related to the fiscal movement, for example, invoice and others, as we have AP relevant for VAT. For example, in this case, this is the vendor invoice. And we divide for direct foreign, domestic, and direct and indirect purchases. Okay? The same we have for the AR, account receivable invoice. In this case, we divide to final product, domestic and foreign, and indirect product for domestic and foreign. And for the country that have the store, we manage on a specific document type in order to post all POS transactions. Okay? Another document type that we manage is not relevant for VAT. This is just for general ledger entry, for example, related to the asset, related to the GL posting, SA. This is a very generic used for transfer balance from account to another account, another transaction. After we have SP for manage the payroll cost and other document type, okay, related to the general management. Okay. Regarding the tax code, we have in the same way, we have 2 digits in order to identify the tax code. When we use a tax code, so when we create a tax code in SAP, you not create the tax code in SAP, but just the ECT department, okay? Because it's very technical passage, technical steps for create this. And so we have in the tax code the percentage that the system need to calculate. And when we use the tax code in SAP, automatically the system calculates the amount started from the base amount. Okay? Retrieve automatically the GL account, so you not need to insert a line in the accounting document related to the VAT, but automatically the system, by the transaction code, calculate the amount, put the amount in a specific GL account, and of course you have a similar reporting directly in the accounting that show you the base amount and the VAT amount. Okay? Okay. The VAT, the tax code will be created in base on your country. So we have different tax code for country. Okay? In this case, for Mexican, we have regarding the purchases. So we have the deferred tax management. So we have our deferred VAT code and the related target code. After we will check as the functionality related to deferred tax. Okay, so we have the 17%, after we have 8% and others. So we have already created for you all tax code used for Mexico in the system. Okay. The combination from document type and tax code create a VAT book. So you cannot post all document type with all tax code, but there is present the validation step. So you have, for example, manage purchasing direct domestic. So we have 2 document type, one for invoice, one for credit note, and you can use just this tax code. This case deferred, but all referred to the domestic purchases. Okay, this is an example. For example, for direct foreign with the vendor foreign, so we have S1, C1, C2, invoice and credit note, and we have A0 for import goods, okay, in the country. The same treatment for all books. So here we have the VAT register description, the document type that we can use, and the permitted tax code. Okay. If you try to post, for example, F1 with A0, the system shows you an error message. Okay. it's not compatible to insert this VAT in the document type. Okay. And so we have the same management for all countries, of course. For Aruba, we have this VAT, the tax code. And for Aruba, we don't have the VAT, but the VAT is composed in 3 different parts, BISB, BBO, BAB, e così via. In automatically, the system, when we use the specific tax code, create 3 lines related to the VAT. Okay, it's compose the amount for the different percentage. Okay. Okay. This is the VAT books present for Aruba. Okay, and so on for all country. Okay, I have inserted in the presentation because after when we perform the test in SAP, so you have the possibility to check the combination to document type tax code. Okay, it's good. Okay, I think now we can go ahead. For South Africa, it's the same. Okay, deferred tax. Okay, when we post an invoice with the deferred tax, okay, we use a specific GL account, okay, not related to the tax code ordinary, but we use a transitory account. Okay, so we put this amount on the transitory account, and after, when we pay the invoice, we'll be able, by a standard functionality, to transfer the amount posted on this transitory account to the ordinary account related to the VAT. Okay? Good. Okay, so the process is, we post an invoice with a deferred VAT code. After we pay the invoice, at the end, we transfer the VAT from deferred GL account to the ordinary GL account. Okay? I don't know if it's clear. It's clear. So the document that we have, this is the invoice where is present this line deferred VAT receivables. Okay? So we post the invoice with deferred tax. After we pay the invoice, we're clearing the invoice. When we have cleared the invoice, we can execute a program in SAP by this transaction code after we perform this test of words, and you transfer the amount, the tax amount from the account related to the deferred tax to the ordinary account related to the input tax. Okay? Okay, so we press on perform. After we will see all of this. And at the end, we have this document related to the transfer balance. VAT receivable and deferred VAT receivable will be closed. Okay? Are you sure all is clear? Okay. Okay. After this part, we perform the test in SAP. So we will post an vendor invoice with the deferred tax, and we try to transfer the balance to the deferred tax to the ordinary VAT. Okay. Okay. So the manual vendor invoice will be booked, will be posted directly in the invoice, in the accounting. So we not create a purchase order, but directly in accounting, we have the possibility to insert a vendor invoice. Okay. The transaction code is FB60. And so we choose our company code, and after we need to insert different information. Okay. In accounting document, we have separate part of the accounting, the header data and line item data. So in the header data, we have the supplier information code, we have the invoice data, posting date, document date, the reference that the invoice, you remember, is the vendor invoice number that you have received from the vendor, the currency, of course, and we insert the tax code. Okay. But for some country, we have a specific field that we need to valorize. For example, for Mexico, we need to insert the UID information. Okay, this is present in the header data of the vendor invoice. Okay, for example, for another country, in this case for Chile, so we need to insert in the reference our number, for example, our prefix and the a number of the invoice that in base of the range that you receive from the authority. Okay. Okay. Well, other data that we have the Baseline date in order to define the due date of the invoice will be calculated automatically by the payment terms that we insert in the invoice. Okay. After we have the payment block, if we want to block this invoice for the payment, okay, for some reason, and we don't have other data here. Okay. Regarding the line items, so we need to insert, of course, an GL account, for example, in this case, cost account, okay, where we want to book the invoice, the amount, debit and credit indication, and automatically we have the debit because we are in the invoice, okay, the tax code, and another information is the cost center. It's not present in this screen, but the cost center is mandatory if we use an cost account. Okay. When the balance is zero, because of course we have the amount related to the vendor line item, okay, with the balance is zero, we can proceed with the simulation and after with the posting. Okay. Okay, so this is a simulation of the accounting document. And so we have the header data present here and here the line item that we have created. So we have the vendor line item and the cost line item. Okay. Of course, by the simulation, we can press on save button, not park, not complete, but just save. And we save, we create the accounting document in SAP. Okay. After, there is a transaction code, specific transaction in order to display the accounting document, FB03. By this transaction code, we have the possibility to retrieve a document, the accounting document, and display it in SAP. Okay. Of course, we have the possibility to check different documents in the same times by the document list push button. And so we open another screen, we insert the company code and other information that we want to retrieve, and the system shows you all accounting documents related of the information that you have inserted. Okay. Okay. Of course, in FB03, in the tab related to the tax, so you have the very small reporting related to the VAT. So you have the tax base and the tax amount, the GL account that we have posted, the description, the tax code, and of course, the tax rate. Okay. Okay, through the accounting document, directly we can open the vendor master data, or double click on the vendor, and automatically the system retrieve the master data of the vendor. If you want to check, for example, I don't know, bank details or others, just for display. And of course, it's present the indication related to the GL account of the reconciliation account that we have already linked in master data that you have seen with Flare. Okay. Good. If you want to modify some information in the accounting document, but not all information that we can modify just the description, text, reference, text related to the line items, similar data. So we can use the transaction FB02. Okay, FB01, FB02, the three for creation, modification, and display. Okay. The same, we now, of course, we can modify the payment terms in order to recalculate the due date of the invoice. Okay. And other information, document data text, the reference, and tax reporting date, but we don't use this. Okay, perfect. Now we go in the system, we try to post an vendor invoice, but with all topics that we have seen before. So we use the direct tax for Mexico. I don't know if you work, all of you, on Mexico, or you have different country. Yeah.
Jonathan, the both of them, Sarah and Sarah, they are in charge of the processing of payment.
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay. So now we go in the system. Remember that we have already seen. Yes, the direct tax, the VAT. Good. Okay. So now we go on the transaction in order to post a vendor manual invoice. FB 16. Okay. First of all, we need to choose the company code. Okay, so you can modify the company code by this push button. You cannot use all of this, but just because you are in test environment, you use a general user. But for you, you cannot post, for example, in Dubai or Italian company. Okay, so you can use Mexico, Panama, Aruba, and the country. Okay. Okay. So we use for this text test MX20. Okay. So we press second. You are in the transaction. Okay. So press on this button, company code, and insert here MX20. Okay. Now you can. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Second. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now confirm. So you have the information about the company code that you are using here, the top of the transaction. Okay. If you try to modify, for example, in Panama company, now I try to insert PA10. Okay. And automatically the system change the description on top. Okay. We return at MX20. Okay. So, okay. It's good. Okay. Now, first of all, we need to choose our supplier, our vendor by the match code. Okay. If we open the match code here, okay, open the match code. Good. So you have a different possibility to retrieve your supplier in SAP by, for example, by company code, by region, personal number, tax info, and others. Now we use supplier by company code. So if you want to open this, open the match code and press on this for the okay? And you open the screen. Good. Select suppliers by company code. Okay. And now we can confirm. When you confirm, the system show you all vendor created for this company and open for this company. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. Now we chose our I don't know, one vendor. For example, we can choose Fiasconaro here. Okay. All of you have Fiasconaro. Okay. Okay. And now we need to insert the invoice date. So the invoice date is, of course, the information that you have in the vendor invoice. For example, in this case, I insert the 1st of July. Yes, yes. Sure. Fiasconaro stiamo utilizzando. Sì. Okay. Okay, now another information is the posting date. And automatically the system insert the day of today. Okay, we can do this. I think yes, or we use another day, for example, yesterday, because I don't know with my time located in Italian. I don't know. We use yesterday. So you put 10 July to modify or yesterday. No, because for you it's today. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. So now we need to choose our document type that we need to. Okay. Yes, yes. You're okay? It's okay? Yes. No, you need to try to testify. Yes, okay. Okay. Okay, e you post analysis. Okay, after you have another meeting, so you also post another mix. You cannot correct two invoice. Should you post one invoice with one invoice? Yes.
Here, there is. Yeah. Yes, not correctly.
What is okay? Che verità? No, 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 no. It's okay. It's okay. No, no, no. Because we need to define the document type now. Okay. 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 Very good. Now, so now we need to define and choose our document type. So remember that we use the document type in base of the vendor, in base if we are import goods or we purchase goods on the domestic, okay, in your country. In this case, we are using Fiasconaro. is an Italian vendor, and we need to choose an import document. In this case, we use as C1. Okay. Direct purchases X for in. Okay. You digit on your desktop C1. Okay.
Can you all see the C1 or no? All right.
No.
We have to change C1.
You don't see it.
You have choice on a vendor not present. Because you are posting on MX10, but we are using MX20. Okay, change this here. Okay. And now you can select by space. Here today. Okay. Maybe yes. Good. That's okay. Yes.
Now you should be able to see it like this way. They need to exit the instance and save it on again. And these symbols. One thing.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
C1.
Okay. Now we can proceed. We go ahead. Okay, good. Okay, now we need to insert the reference information. Remember that reference is the vendor invoice number that you receive from the vendor. In this case, for example, I use training one. You not insert the same because if you insert the same, we lock or the invoice. Because remember, there is a check with the posting date and invoice date and the reference. Okay, so use training two, your name, whatever you want, whatever you want. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, now generally we need to insert the amount present in the vendor invoice, but we don't have a vendor invoice now, and so we insert the information after. Okay, but we insert the flag on calculate tax. Okay, so now we need to choose our tax code. In this case, we are importing goods, so we need to use the VAT exemption. Yes, A0. Yeah, yes.
Needs 1 year. If you depends on
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay.
Okay, so now we go ahead. So we chose the VAT code. In this case, we are importing goods, so we need to use A0 as tax code. Okay, so you select A0 and automatically the system insert A0 for all line item present in the transaction. Okay, good. So now, of course, we can go on another tab, for example, in payment, if we want to modify the payment terms, or if we want to insert an payment block. Okay. Okay. And now we return all basic data. And now we need to insert the GL account related to the cost. Okay. In order to select this GL account, so we open the match code. Okay, and we choose the GL account present in company code. GL account number in company code. You select this. Okay, good, good. Otherwise, it's not. Okay. We are ready? Ah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So now we select GL account number in company code. And now we need to find a cost account because we are posting a vendor invoice. So we insert 004 because the cost start with 4, but we need to insert 00 because technically the account has 10 digits, but we use 8 digits. So we need to insert this space 00 after the code. Okay. And now we insert asterisk or star at the end. Yes? Asterisk. Okay, and now we confirm. When we confirm, the system show you the GL accounts present and opened for your company group. Okay, so in this case, we select finished product and purchases, the first. Okay, the first one. Yes. Okay, double click on the GL and automatically the system insert the GL in the screen. Okay, so we have already present, it's already presented the debit or credit indication. Okay, in this case we have debit, and now we insert the amount of the purchase of the goods. For example, 1,000 and press enter. Okay. It's okay? Yes, yes. So you need to insert the amount and press enter. Okay, you receive the error, correct? Correct? Okay, good. No, it's okay. When you use the error, it's okay. Don't worry, don't worry. Okay. Now, all right? Right. È il portoghese il problema. Good. So, when you insert the amount, the GL account, and press enter, you receive this error. Because when you insert an cost account, you need to insert a cost center on the line. So, double click on the line item, double click here. Okay, and as you can see, we have the mandatory information on the cost center. So we insert on the cost center, open the match code. Okay, and you can find the cost center present for your company code. Confirm, and we can choose the cost center that you prefer. For example, the administration MX20. Okay, and now we go back. Okay, so go to the line item, open the match code on the cost center, choose your cost center, and now after go back. Go back. Yes, we dig green. Perfect. Okay. Good. So. Okay. Okay. Now, in this case, we are in the Mexican company, and we need to insert the information related to UID. So in the data, use this tab, go down, and insert UID here. Okay. Now for this test, we use a dummy UID training. Okay. Insert the information.
Yes. This information. For the other countries, we don't need to put this information.
For another country, no. For another country, no. Just for Mexico.
Okay.
Okay. For other country, you don't have this field. Okay. Okay. Remember to insert this information. Redo. Go back. Okay. Now, go down here. Use this tab. Yes. And now here you insert the UID information that you received for the vendor. Here. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So now, as you can see, we have the red indication because we don't have zero at balance. Because if we go here in amount, we need to insert the vendor line item amount. In this case, 1,000. When you insert the amount of the vendor line item, so you have zero as balance, and you can proceed because you have the green indication. Okay, good, perfect.
One thing. Let's assume now, in this case, you are doing a purchase for one cost center only, right? So we have 1,000, this account, one single cost center. Let's assume you have this 1,000 that you have to split in multiple cost centers. You need to add additional lines. Okay? So it would not be 1,000, it would be like 700, 300, then different cost centers in line. Okay. Yeah. Is it
Now I select another cost center, for example, this, go back, and now we have another line item. Of course, we don't have the balance here because I need to modify the vendor line item.
keep you
Yes,
balance between the credit and debit sign, and only if the balance is zero, you will be able to proceed. Okay? So you cannot create an accounting document that is balancing with zero. And another thing, whenever you're picking the vendor, this is the bank information data that you have, which are automatically pulled by vendor master data, right? As we said, if you go on the payment tab, we have one partner bank.
So this
In
field,
case we have a vendor with multiple bank accounts, we can select which one is the one that we want to link to the invoice, okay? Maybe on the invoice, we have information that the particular invoice should be paid in a bank account. So we can select different bank account. Now, in this case, it's only one, so it doesn't matter, either we put it or not, it's gonna be the first one anyway.
okay. Okay. So all you have inserted information. Now you can proceed with the simulation. You press on simulate here. Okay. Simulate. And the system show you a simulation of the accounting document. Okay. Press on simulate. Okay. Simulate. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. We have inserted another line for another cost center. Okay. Okay. Now this is the simulation. So we have the header data here and the line item here. And so now we can proceed with the posting. For the posting, we need to press only this button, post. You not use part and complete, but just post. Okay? You can post. Perfect. Okay. When you save the document, automatically the system shows you the accounting document number that the system created for you, for your company. And if you want to display the accounting document, you go on document, on top, display here. And automatically the system retrieves the accounting document that you have posted. Okay? Okay. Okay. Another transaction in order to display the accounting document is, as we have already seen in the presentation, FB03. Okay, so now we can find our document by document number, company code, the fiscal year. This is the key for search the accounting document. But if we don't have the document number, okay. Remember, you can open other session, okay? Okay, so we can search our document by document number and company code, the fiscal year. But if we don't have the document number, but of course we have company code, the fiscal year, so we can use the vendor invoice number. Present reference. No, because you need to add this information on your. Yes. I want to show you. Go on editing options here and insert the flag or reference number. If you don't have, insert the flag on reference number and after save. Okay. Good. Go back. Okay. So you insert this flag reference number after save and go back, and automatically the system shows you this field. Okay. Okay. So now we have yes. You need to open another session and run another transaction FB03. Okay. Okay. Well, so now by the reference, we press enter, and in automatically the system show you the accounting document. Okay. Okay. Now there is another way in order to find the document. So now we press on document list. Okay, we go back and press document list. So we insert our company code, our fiscal year, so 26, the document type that we want to find, for example, C1, and I want to insert the entry date today. Yes, the date. Okay.
Regarding the dates,
Yes.
regarding the dates we are using, we have three dates. One was the document date, which is the document date, the one that we have in the invoice from the vendor, okay? Then we have the posting date. Posting date is the date in which the document is posted in accounting, okay? And then we have the entry date, which is the date in which we did the activity of posting, okay? So I could posting something today, okay, the 10th of July, with a posting date of yesterday, 9th of July, with a document date of 3 weeks ago, okay? A month ago, a year. When we use the entry date, we are reading what we did today as an activity that we did in the system, okay? Otherwise, we can use the posting date. If, for instance, we want to analyze the documents that we have posted between 2 days in terms of accounting, we should use the posting date. Now we're using the entry date because it's something that we did today, okay? Plus, what we can also do here is we can search for our own documents only, okay? So we want to search for the documents that we created, not the documents that everybody created, okay? So that we can filter our own documents that we generated in the system. Okay, so we can flag this one, and you will see only your document. If you don't flag it, you will see also the document that the other is created in the system. Okay.
Just a minute, I need to modify the entry date to know you because my time zone is in Italy. It's already the 11. So now execute. And as Daniel explained you, so if we not insert the flag on our documents, we have the possibility to check all documents posted in SAP. Okay, double click on one item of this, for example, on this, and automatically the system show you the accounting document dates. Okay. Yeah. No. Just the first today.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Yes. Next. No, because the time zone, go back and insert 11 here, not 10. Yes. Now we this. Okay, and execute. Okay, because the time zone is Italy, and now it's already tomorrow in Italy. Okay.
We are using the entry date, which is the system date. Server of SAP is located in Europe, so it's Europe times.
Okay. All clear? Okay. All is clear. Good, because now we need to post another vendor invoice, but in this case with the deferred tax. Okay, so we use another vendor, for example, domestic vendor for Mexico, and we manage the deferred tax. Okay, so we rerun the transaction FB16, and we proceed with the insert of the parameters and the same same. Okay, so now it's easy for you, I think. Okay, go in the transaction FB60. Good. So in automatically the system show you the company code that you want to use. Okay, now we open the match code on the supplier field, and now we use another supplier, for example, Mexican supplier, this, okay? Third part BP UIT, but yes, the last.
Okay.
If you want, you can copy and put that they have insert. Okay? Select the supplier. Okay, now proceed with the no.
And you should be first.
What is supplier by company code? Yes. So now we can and select the last vendor. Yes. Okay. So now insert the invoice date. Okay. Second information, we insert the invoice date. We can use, for example, 01 de July. Okay. So regarding the posting date, we use today, but in your time zone, 10 July. Is clear? Okay. Perfect. Now we need to select our document type. So now we are using a vendor of domestic vendor. And for example, we purchase an indirect, okay? Indirect purchases. Okay, so we use the document type FA. Indirect purchases domestic. Okay, FA. Okay, good. Now insert, of course, a reference. For example, now I want to insert training, but okay. Yes. Okay, good. Now we insert the flag on calculate tax, and now we can choose okay, perfect. Now we can choose all tax code, but we start with the B because this is the parent. Okay, so we select, for example, P1. Okay, P1. Okay, and now we insert. Of course, we need to insert the UED information here. For example, insert a dummy indication. We need to insert a GL account. Okay. Okay. We open the match code related to the GL account, and we select our GL account 004 and asterisk at end, press confirm. And now, for example, we use this GL account ET consultants. This. Okay? Double click. Okay? Okay. ET consultants people, una cosa del genere. Okay, so now we can proceed. We insert an amount on the line item, 1,000, for example, and double click on the line in order to insert the cost center. Okay, we choose an cost center. Yeah. The amount is okay.
And select the second. No, yes, please.
We are a critical life.
Okay. No, you don't.
So, if you want to meet, okay, not worry. So we select this and click on delete. Okay. So select here. It's taking out the drawing stuff.
Yeah. And it's not. It's minus.
It's correct, so you have inserted different line. Sì.
Sì, quando le risolvevo,
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay.
maggiori potenziali che vedono.
Okay. Okay. Now we have inserted our cost center and now we go back. Okay. So now we press enter. And so we have a line related to the cost that we have 1,000, but in the balance it's present another amount. Because of course the system can automatically sum the tax. Okay. So we take this amount and put this amount on the vendor amount line item. So, yes.
Sì.
And now Good. Now, just an information, please. So, as you can see, we have for this vendor a withholding tax indication in the master data. But for this simulation, this example, so we remove this information. We go on withholding tax tab. Okay. And we insert 0 and 0 withholding tax base and withholding tax amount. Okay, perfect. We return on basic data. Okay, perché c'è una
Dico che tu non
Non è il futuro, Dani. La system date non è il futuro. La posting date in Italia è l'11. L'11. No, in automatico ti sta dando l'11. Just a second. No, guarda, vedi, è l'11. Sì, ma qualcuno ha fatto... Perché in Italia è l'11. Okay, so we need to insert the posting date for tomorrow. Because I don't know who, but already posted an invoice for tomorrow. Because in Italy is 11 July. Here is 10, but in Italy it's 11. and we cannot post a document with the posting date previous the last date used. Okay, in order to manage the VAT books, the progressive number. So now we insert here 11. Okay. Yes. Okay. And now we can proceed with the simulation. Press on simulate. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the simulation of the accounting document where we have the vendor line item, the cost that we are purchased, and the deferred VAT account. Okay? In automatically, the system by the tax code has created this line item. Okay? If you go on tab taxes here, so you have the information about the tax code that you have used, the tax account, base amount, and the amount, and the percentage of the tax code. Okay? So now we close this and we can proceed by save. Post. Just post. Okay. Post the document. Post. Okay. Good. Now, document on the top of the page and display. And you have the possibility to verify the information present in the accounting book. Okay. Now we have posted the deferred VAT account, but we need to transfer to the target tax code, the ordinary account, okay, related to the VAT, related to the tax. But before to proceed with the transferring, so we need to pay this invoice, and after we can transfer the amount. So just for this session, we use the manual payment transaction. But you remember that in production, you use only the automatic payment transaction, not manually. Okay? Okay, so we open another session and run the transaction for payment. I don't remember, but we use the menu of SAP. So we go in accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, document, and we have, oh no, sorry, not document, but document entry, pardon, outgoing payment here, and F-53. This. Okay, so we have accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, document entry, outgoing payment, post outgoing payments. Okay? That's good. Okay. Yes. Double click on the transaction code and the system record the transaction that we need to use. Okay? No, this is a receivable. So for customer, we go back, close this folder, close general, close the accounts receivable and open account payable. Yes. Now you have, yes, outgoing payment and post. Yes. Perfect. Okay, you remember this just for this session, you're not create an outgoing payment manually in SAP. Okay, in production, sorry. So now we insert our document date. For example, today it's the same and you can copy the posting date. Okay. So you use as document type SA. as a general posting. Okay. The company code is, of course, our company code, the currency SA. Okay. Now, as account, you put this account 1529. Yes.
Now, contact sharing account.
Yes. This account.
Okay. 299001.
Okay. Not press enter, but wait. Don't worry. Okay. Now, here we need to insert the amount that we want to pay. So we go back in the other transaction and copy the amount from the invoice. We remove the minus, of course. Yes, insert manually 1,116. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now we need to insert another information of the account here. We need to insert the vendor account. It's not mine. Don't worry, Mario. You can destroy.
It is what?
No, okay, so you have been the amount of the invoice, remember?
Yeah.
Ah, perfect. Okay. Okay, so we need to insert in the account here in this field the vendor account number that we have used in the invoice. Okay, we open the invoice and we copy the account of the vendor. Okay, and insert this account here. And insert Yes. Okay. Now. Okay.
Six.
Okay. Wow. Perfect. Now we press on process open items. Like this. Sorry. Because we are creating the payments for the same vendor all over. So I proceed with the payment of the invoice, okay? And after together we proceed with the deferred transfer, okay? So close your transaction code on your laptop. Your question, please.
Is this side at one?
Yeah.
Or
The amount that I have inserted, yes, here. Yes, this is the amount of the invoice.
no? Is this side at one?
No, don't worry. No. When you press it, automatically the system format the amount. Okay, so close your transaction. Close this transaction from your laptop. Please, all of you, close. 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 With the yellow. For close the transaction code, you press on yellow radio button exit on top. Okay, you need to exit. Okay, so now is okay. So I proceed with the payment of the invoice, and after we proceed with the transfer of the deferred tax. Okay, so now I need to modify this. Okay, just a second. Perfect. So, yes. Because we cannot pay the same vendor the same times, okay? Okay. Now I create the payment. Ah, this is just. Now don't worry, this is my. Okay, and I receive. Perfect. I have paid all invoice, okay, that we are posted. Now, we try to run the transaction code in order to transfer, because when we post a vendor invoice with the deferred tax, okay, after we pay this vendor with vendor invoice, so now we be able in order to transfer from the deferred tax code to the target code, okay, the ordinary GL account related to the VAT, okay. So in order to proceed with this transferring, so we run the transaction F.38. Okay? F.38. So this is the report that allow you to transfer the deferred tax. Okay? Review are in the transaction F.38. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So now, in order to insert the information on the launch parameters, you don't insert the information by manually, okay? But we use the variance. Okay. So we select the variance here, get variance on your screen, and select MX20 deferred VAT. Okay, this variance. No, it's okay. Just. Yes. Okay, good. So you select the variance, so you press on the variance button that you have on top of the page. Here, Mario, you select this push button variant, okay? And you can select the variant related to the MX20, sorry, deferred VAT. Double click, and in automatically the system insert the information that we needed. Okay, just we need to modify one information, that is the date. Okay, because we need to insert today, tomorrow for you. Okay. 11 July. Okay. We insert the same date. Okay. After this, we can execute the report. So we can press on execute. Okay. When you execute, the system show you a report where is present all the vendor invoice that we have paid, and the system is able to transfer to the ordinary account. Okay? It's okay? Perfect. You're in? Okay, good. This is just a simulation, so we are not posting a transfer now, but this is a simulation. Okay? Okay. Why this? Because just one have the possibility to create this accounting document, this transfer. Okay? So you have this simulation. Okay? Here is present the amount of the invoice. So this is the invoice. This is the our vendor invoice number that we have posted. The inserted, sorry, we have document date here, the cleaning document, the cleaning date, today, of course. So we have the invoice amount here and the tax amount. The tax amount will be transferred from the deferred to ordinary account. Okay, this is the amount that we proceed to transferring. Okay, now you are in simulation. Now with my laptop, we proceed in order to post the transfer document. Okay, so we go back and we go here and insert the information about the perform batch input. Okay, so by this flag, we can proceed with the posting. No, you cannot proceed, just me. Okay. Okay, so we have this flag that we need to insert in order to proceed in effective mode. Okay, and after we need to manage the posting date, the document date of the document to the transferring. Okay, for example, the end of the month. We insert, for example, generally we transfer the deferred tax to ordinary account at the end of the month. For example, the last day of July. Okay. Sorry, 25. Okay. Okay. Now I can proceed. And now we execute the report again. Okay. So the layout that you have here, the report is the same. The simulation and the effective mode. But if we go in another transaction, SM35, okay? So we have this session that is related to this transferring. This. Okay? Okay, now I click on process in background, and now we can process. Okay. Okay, so we have some error because we have other tests created in SAP, but okay, don't worry, it's okay. So we have already created our documents related to the transfer of the VAT. So if I retrieve my invoice, this is our invoice, my invoice that I have created. And now we take this invoice and we go in FB03. FB03. We put here, we have already presented reference number. Okay, so if we go on the line item related to the deferred VAT receivable, as you can see, we have a clearing document here, another information. Okay, this line item will be automatically created when you execute the program for transfer to the from the deferred to the target code tax code. And double click on the clearing document here. The system show you the document where is present is transferring. We close the deferred VAT and we use the VAT receivable ordinary account in order to post the VAT. Okay? Clear? Okay. This is the process for to manage the deferred VAT in SAP. So we post the invoice with the deferred tax code. After we pay the invoice, And then we run the program in order to transfer from deferred to ordinary VAT account. Okay, just this. Okay, of course, you not proceed with the execution of the program for transfer from the deferred to target count each month, each day, but just at the end of the month. Okay, so you collect the invoice, you pay at the end of the month, you run the report, and you close all items related to the deferred VAT and transfer to the ordinary VAT. Okay? Good? Yeah, sure.
This process is by one by one.
One by one? One by one?
Payment, or I can select many payments and
Sure. So,
around this.
yes, yeah, sure. The report extract all invoice paid in the month, not one by one, but all. So you have different vendor invoice. You pay, for example, in July, 12 invoice, and the system extract the 12 invoice that you have paid and transfer the VAT. Okay?
All the entry.
All entry for all invoice, vendor invoice. Yes.
Oh,
So we post the transferring each for all vendor invoice. Pardon.
okay.
Okay. So we have different document entries with this transferring for all vendor invoice. One vendor invoice for transferring, but will be automatically posted for the report.
The all vendors.
Sorry.
This actually for all vendors.
For all, yes, yeah. For example, if you have your invoice that you have posted, you go on the vendor invoices that posted, double click on the vendor, the vendor, and you have your document in the basket that we have posted. Okay? Yes, the information is indicated to the vendor invoice.
It's like not everything.
Okay. Okay.
You want to do a break?
You want to do a coffee break?
Sure.
No?
Sure.
So
Yes.
this session is very long. This is just the first topic of today, but we have a very, very long topic. Okay. So a coffee break, but I think 10 minutes,
Yes.
and after we return here with another thoughts.
Okay.
Here for me?
Yeah.
Okay. So you post it and the voice will be there. And voices. We So, because when we post, yes, okay, good, perfect. So now we will see the reporting related to the vendor line item. So in order to analyze the vendor invoice that we have posted in SAP, the open item, the clearing, and others that we have. Okay, so the report that we have in SAP for display open item, item clearing, and all item for one vendor or all vendor for one company good, okay, is FBL1N. Okay, by this report, so we have the possibility to check all open item present for our company good related to the vendor. Okay, so after we, of course, we can analyze all one single vendor or other vendors that we want. Okay. So after we will see this in the system. So we have the possibility to insert other filter criteria. Okay. In base on vendor or, for example, document. And this is an example of layout that we have in SAP. So, for example, in red line, red button, in this case, this is an open item. Okay. And we have here information about that is due or not the invoice. Okay. So this is the symbol that we have. So in this case, the symbol indicates that overdue this invoice, that we have the symbol that indicates it is an open item. Of course, we can do sum or sim sum for the item present in SAP, the filter, and the other criteria for sort and others. Okay. Okay, I think that it's better to go directly in SAP in order to verify this reporting. Okay, so we go in SAP and we run the transaction FB1 FBL1N. FBL1N. Okay, and now run the transaction. FBL1N. Okay, so now we have here the vendor account. So we delete this. So we delete the vendor account. Okay.
FBL 1.
Okay, good. So we leave blank this vendor account. Okay, but we take the company code. So in this way, we can check all open items or all item cleared for our company code. Okay. Other indication that we have this flag. So we can choose to analyze open item and insert an open item at date. Okay. After we have the clearing item, if we want to verify in a range or in a date, the clearing invoice that we have created or posted. Okay. And after we have the all items. Okay. We analyze open and clearing items. Okay. So now we take just the company code and just the open item and execute the report. So now we press on execute. Okay. Well, so the system shows you all open items aggregated by your vendor. Okay, so we have four invoice opened for this vendor. Okay, after we have other invoice for other vendors and so on. Okay, if you go down, so you have different vendor and different open items. Okay, so this is of course a layout, and as you have already seen in this morning, so you can choose and you can change this layout. Okay, for example, we press on this change layout, and you have on that side here the column present in your layout, and all right, you have other column that you can add in order to create your layout. Okay, what you prefer. If you want to choose, for example, a layout already present in SAP, so you select the layout here, and for example, I use, I don't know, open item migration. Okay, and then as you can see, automatically the system creates another layout with the same information, but it's present other information that we use in order to analyze the open item that we migrate in SAP. Okay, so in this report, it's possible to navigate in all of this document. For example, we want to verify the first document. Okay, double click on this, and then automatically the system show you the line item related to the vendor. But But if I want to check this accounting document, so the really vendor invoice, I press on this button here, call up document overview. Okay? And the system show you the vendor invoice that you have posted. Okay, now we'll start for all of you. Yes, just a second, just a second. Yeah, right. So you report the cost that you have. Okay. Yeah. You? Yes, so you, it's possible to have two different display mode in this case. For example, sorry, I execute again, sorry. Okay, so I have this layout that is similar to an Excel, but if I want to modify this, I go on settings and switch list. And if we press switch list, I have a print overview. Okay. That is present the name of the supplier, the city, the invoice, and after we have another session, but related to the another vendor. Okay. If we go back and I want to change it in order, I don't know, for analyze same Excel, so switch list, and automatically we have this layout where it's possible to modify the columns transport, height, and others. Okay? It is a possibility, of course. Okay? So, if you want, by this report, it's possible to modify some information related to the vendor line item, of course. In this case, for example, we don't have a text on this line item, double click on the invoice, press on change mode, I insert, for example, test 1, and now I can save. Okay, the system go back and the line item is in blue evidence. So now I go on list and refresh. And system insert our test that we have modified before. So yes, correct. Double click on the lines, change, and insert for example a test. Sure. So now, of course, if we want to modify different invoice in the same times that I want to modify the text for different invoice in the same time, so I can select more invoice, press on change must change here. And now I can insert, for example, test 1111. Okay. And now execute change. Okay. When I try to refresh, okay, I have modified the text for all invoices that I have selected. Okay. So you select invoice. Maybe try to refresh before. Yes. Refresh. Okay. Go down. Select, for example, other. Yes. Go on must change. Only the invoice. Must change here. No. Yes. And now we can text. Okay. Change. No, exclude. Okay. Execute change. And now refresh. And after you can verify. Yes.
Because you.
Okay. Do you have a question about the reporting? No? Okay. The reporting is very easy. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now we have another topic, the withholding tax management. Okay. So regarding the withholding tax, so in SAP, we have two different treatment for the withholding tax. Okay. We can post the withholding tax at the invoice posting moment or at payment moment. Okay. For example, for Mexico, we have at invoice posting, but I don't remember, maybe for Chile, I don't remember the company that we manage at the payment posting. Okay, but after we can check this. Okay, the difference is when the withholding tax type is related to the invoice posting moment. So when we post the invoice, in automatically the system calculate the withholding tax and remove this amount from the vendor line item. When we have the withholding tax management to the payment posting moment, when we post the invoice, we don't have the accounting related, the bookkeeping related to the withholding tax, but just when I pay the invoice. Okay. Okay. So this is the withholding tax present in SAP for all countries that you have managed. We have the withholding tax type that we have seen before in the master data. And we have the relative, relative withholding tax code with the relative percentage. Okay. So we have the typology here, tax, here for Colombia, for example, Dominican Republic, Panama, and Chile at the end. Okay. Of course, all of this is already present in SAP, production and test environment. Okay. Okay. The first step is important to insert the withholding tax details in the master data of the vendor. Okay? Because without this, the system doesn't allow to create document with the withholding tax. Okay? Wow. We are seeing. Okay, so this is the first steps. After, when we have the withholding tax management to the invoice posting moment, okay, when we post the invoice, automatically the system creates the line item related to the withholding tax, okay, with the relative code and the amount calculated in automatically. Okay, good. While at the payment moment, this withholding tax will be calculated when we post the payment and not in the invoice. Okay, as for Panama. For Panama, we have this management. Okay, so now we go in the system, we take a vendor where is present the withholding tax, okay, and after we post an invoice in order to manage and calculate the withholding tax. Okay. Go in the system. Okay. Okay. So we post an invoice, vendor invoice, so FB60. Okay. And we can choose the same vendor account that we have used before. Yes. So now I select the match code of the supplier by company code, of course, and we select this vendor, the last vendor that we have. Remember to manage by company. So you select this. Yes, a choice by company. By company code here. No. Ecco qui. Sì, top. Yes. Okay. Okay. Double click on this. Perfect. No, we need to wait. Yes. Okay, perfect. So now we insert here the invoice date, for example, the 1st of July. The posting date, it's correct to 11th of July. We select the document type, okay, FA, indirect purchase, domestic. And as you can see, we have here the vendor information. Okay, we press this button, display vendor. Okay, we need to insert a reference, sorry. We need to reference this reference here, okay. Well, when you press on display vendor, okay, I go back and I want to show you again. Okay, here, this button here, this, okay. This system retrieve the transaction BP in order to display the master data related to the vendor. Okay, press on this. Okay, and now we go on company code data and vendor withholding tax tab. And as you can see, we have the information about the withholding tax. Okay, this is mandatory in order to post withholding tax invoice. Okay, all of you have this information. Perfect. Good. Okay, if we want to return on our posting, we go back. Okay, and automatically we have the same transaction FB60. Okay, so now we can proceed in order and to choose our tax code. For example, B1, it's okay. And now we select our GL account. Okay, if you press space, you have the last gel account used for other posting. I use, for example, this, and now I insert an amount, for example, 1,000 here. All is okay? It's okay? No? Yes. Yes?
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so now we need to insert the cost center for the cost account. So double click on the line and we can choose our cost center here. And now we go back. Okay, so yes.
Let's go to the loop.
Which is the cost center? Which is the cost center?
You can select all cost center. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. For all. So now we need to insert the amount on the line item related to the vendor. So we insert 1150 here and press enter. Okay. And in this way, the system shows you that this business partner is subject to the withholding tax. Okay. Now we press directly simulate here.
Here.
You press simulate. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. When you press, okay, just a second.
And then you press enter.
Use this. You press this. Okay. The the last gel account used for the next. So you say, for example, the first, it's an amount here, after you press the cost center, there is an amount. Double click on the line. And you can use the cost center.
And then now you can, if now.
And now, of this center of the amount. Press enter.
Now you have to simulate the account.
Simulate, just simulate. Okay. Okay. Perfect. In the simulation, as you can see, we have an additional line item created in automatically by the system related to the withholding tax. Okay, because for Mexico, we post the withholding tax in the invoice posting moment. Okay, and now we can proceed with the same. This posting. So now we post. Okay. The process is the same. After we press on document on the top and display. Okay.
This one.
Post?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good. So now we have, of course, the line item related to the withholding tax, but the information of this withholding tax is present in the line item of the vendor. We go double click on the line item to the vendor, withholding tax data, and here it's present the amount related to the withholding tax. The base, the amount, and the typology that we have used. Okay. On top, you have an push button. This is the general account related with the tax. So go back. The first, you will have the vendor. We don't need tax stuff.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but similar thing. Yes. Okay. Of course, you cannot modify the data here. because you have already deposited in accounting this amount. Okay? Good. So now we try to post an account and a document for Panama. Because for Panama, we don't move, we don't post the withholding tax in the invoice. Okay? So we need to change our company code in the FB60 by press on company code and insert our company code PA10 Panama. PA10. Okay, and now press enter. Good. So in the same way, now we select our supplier. We open the match code here and by company code, I select, for example, this test BP Panama 256 at the end. This, the third. Third, yes. So now we insert the same information, we invoice date, posting date, and after the document date, it's the same, FA, invoice indirect domestic purchase. Okay, just a second. I need to open the posting period variant. Don't worry, for Panama, wait. Okay. Okay, don't worry, just the posting period. Okay, perfect. So now you not receive an error. Okay, so now we insert the reference, so the invoice, vendor invoice number. Okay, and after, okay, just a second.
Yeah. And then you have to make us up.
Okay.
Is the
Okay, good. Now, you insert the vendor invoice number here in the reference field, and after we press on business partner display master data. Okay, press on this button, display vendor. Okay, now we go on company code data, withholding tax tab, and we have, or it's already pressed the withholding tax type and code, and so this vendor is subject to the withholding tax. Okay. Okay. Go in the company code data, not manual general, company code. Yes. And withholding tax tab. Okay, now we can proceed with the test. So we go back. Okay, and now we, for example, insert calculate tax. We insert the A1 as tax code. We can insert an AGL account. For example, I think it's okay to insert this. 40111100. Okay, and now we insert the amount. 1,000, for example. Of course, in the same way, we need to insert the cost center. So we digit PA and select one cost center. Okay. Okay for all? Perfect. Okay, so go back, and now we need to copy the balance on the vendor amount. Okay, And of course, the system show you the same message that we have already seen before. Okay.
I have to choose. And what is this about this function? Yeah, but is it okay? Okay.
Okay. Good. Now, if the balance for you is 0 here, so you can press simulate.
Yes, it's not zero.
We have created the withholding tax for Panama, but because for Panama, we manage the invoice moment. Second, because I think yes. Yes, we have the same treatment. Okay. Okay. Remittance for foreign. Okay, no. It's the same for the vendor, for the Mexican. So for Panama, we manage the withholding tax in the invoice moment. Yes, and not at the payment. Okay. I think that we don't have this case for the LATAM company. Or not? Just I want to make fun.
Okay. Pero raro que pero no la pagas. Pero antes del visto que queda
Chile. Just for Chile.
Que se refleja en la retención y hace cuando se va a pagar.
No, it's correct. For
Capite-
Panama, it's correct. For Chile, we manage the withholding tax at the payment moment. Okay, not for Panama, but we can proceed with the save, the posting this. Okay, so we post the accounting document now. Okay. Hmm? Okay. Okay. So I think we can go ahead with the presentation on other topics if you don't have other question about this, the withholding tax management. If you have question, doubts? Really sure? Okay. Okay. Okay, so now another topic. So this is the general ledger accounting documents. So we post this document when we want to book, for example, payroll cost or transfer balance from one account to another account. Okay, just for this, because in this way, this document it's not relevant for the VAT. Okay. The transaction code, okay, that we need to use in order to create a general ledger entry is FP50. Okay? By this transaction, we cannot post vendor or customer account, but just GL account. Okay. So as you can see, we have the similar information, but without supplier or customer. So we have document date, posting date, the reference, if you want to insert. The document type generally is SA. Just for payroll, we use SP. Okay. And we have two totals, debit and credit indication, because here we don't have vendor customer line item, but just GL account line item. And we put the line item, the GL that we want to use and we want to post. Okay. For example, I post a vendor invoice, but I insert the wrong cost center on the line item related to the cost. Okay. And we need, because we can modify the cost center after posting, okay? We need to transfer the balance from the wrong cost center to the right cost center, and we can use this transaction code. Okay? So, okay. When we insert the account, as you can see in this example, so we have the same amount relative to purchase aqua, but we insert two cost center, different cost center, because for example, we have insert the wrong information to the vendor invoice, but now we want to transfer and correct the cost account. And so we insert the two line item, of course, the total of the debit and credit litigation by automatic to the system. If here green line here, we can finish it with the posting. Okay? So this is a simulation of the document. It's very the same that we have already seen. And of course, we press on save and the document posts the GL accounting document in SAP. Okay. If we want to verify and check the accounting document posted, we can use FP03. We can go on the document list or insert the information here, document number and others, and press enter and you found the document that you have posted here. Okay. Okay, now we go in the system, we run the transaction, and now we try to post a general ledger entry. Okay. So we go in the system. The transaction code is FB50. Remember? Good. And now press enter. So the transaction code is very similar. We don't have some information, but it's very similar. So we put here the document date, for example, the same of the posting date. Yes.
For Colombia.
It's the same. So now I have selected the company code Colombia, but if you want, you can modify by this tab company code. Okay, and you can select Mexican, Panama, and others. But for this test, it's the same. Yes. Okay, so now we can, okay, the document type it's correct as A. Now we can insert the general ledger account that we want to post. For example, we open the match code here and we select our, I don't know, maybe cost account 004 asterisk at end. And now we can select, for example, this ET consultants. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay. Good. Okay. So we select this account, but of course you
There is the period.
sure.
There's no problem. Yes, period is not open. We have to open the period.
For what? For Colombia. Don't worry, I open it.
Don't worry. The month changes and the period, because we are in police environment, is not open. Okay.
Okay. So now we select our GL account. Okay. And in this transaction code, as you can see, we don't have valorized by the system the debit and credit indication, but we need to insert this information here. So we open this list and we select, for example, for the first line, we credit indication. Okay. Now we put here the amount, for example, 1,000, and we chose a cost center. PL, tab, select the match code, Colombia here, and we select, for example, the first. Okay, so yes, so the system show you this message here. The cost account is relevant for tax, but we not need to manage tax here because this is not VAT relevant, this document. So we can press enter again and the system go ahead because it's just a warning message, not an error.
Double click.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So now for this example, so we insert the same GL account but different cost for cost center. So we copy the same GL account in the second line. Okay. We insert the debit indication, of course, and we put the same amount here. After, double click and select another cost center. I insert, for example, this. Okay. Okay. So I have in this case, sure.
Less between the costs.
For just the mistake.
And now
All.
The second.
Yes. So you have just as well. It's good.
now
Just a second, I need to reconnect.
account.
Just a second, I need to reconnect to your VPN.
Sí. Okay.
Dale, sí.
Let's check. This the number is text in this.
Yes. So it's not clear when the tax is over. And we don't have. It's okay, you say, yes, no, you are amazing. Wonderful. Quite big. It's out there. It's been bad for Abbiamo simulato.
Okay, good. So, okay. So now we have inserted the two line items related to the same account, but with a different cost center. Okay, because we want to transfer this balance from one cost center to another cost center. Now we have the balance here with the grid line, and now we can proceed with the simulation. Press on simulate. Of course, you receive the same message that this account is related to the DAX, but we can bypass this by enter. And now we have the simulation of the accounting document. And now we can proceed with the posting. Not complete, but posting. Here. Okay. So now, if you want to display this document here and display. It's very the same that we have already seen before. And this is the accounting document that we have posted. Okay? Do you have doubt or question about this? General ledger entry? No. Okay, good. Okay. Second, yes. Okay, now, if we have posted a wrong document in SAP, io. Ah, me ne serve uno. Just a second, I need to.
This.
Sono diversi. Non ci devo C'ho solo secondo.
Okay.
Ah, maybe here. No. Ah, perfect. Okay. Okay, so if we have posted in SAP and a wrong document, accounting document, we cannot delete the document from SAP, of course, but we can reverse it. Okay, by a functionality, we create a reverse of this document. Okay, so the transaction code in order to reverse the document is FB08. Okay, so in FB08, we need to insert the document number that we want to reverse, of course, the company code and the fiscal year. And in addition, we have another information that we need to manage, that is the reversal reason. We use just the one and two. One, if we want to reverse the document in the same date of the previous document. For example, we want to reverse a vendor invoice that you have posted, for example, yesterday, okay, or today, maybe better today. So we select one and the system create a reversed document today. But if we want to reverse a document, for example, vendor invoice that we have posted the 1st of July, we select two and we insert the posting date of today. Okay, because with the two as reason, so we can post the reversal in another date different from the vendor invoice date, for example, or other document. Okay, good. After this, of course, if we want, we can press on display before reversal. In this, the system show you the accounting document that you want to reverse. So this is, for example, an invoice or the GL entry in this case, but this is not the simulation of the reversal document. This is the previous document, the original document that you want to reverse. Okay? Sorry. After this, if you press on save, of course, the system creates the reversal document that is another accounting document. Okay? That reverse totally the previous. Well, we go in the system. So, and now we try to reverse if you have already opened this document here that we have created. So now we try to reverse this document. Okay? We open another session. We not close this, but open another session. And we run the transaction FB08. FB08. I press enter. So,
Another page, no? No. Yeah.
yes. Don't worry, don't worry.
Insert the transaction. And if you're ready.
Wait. So we need to insert now the document number that is the document number that we have posted before. Company code, of course, the company code where we have posted the document and the fiscal year. Okay, so I take my document number here, I copy this, copy and post and insert here, paste here. So we have now document number, company code, and fiscal year. Now I try to display before to refer the reversal. We need to insert, of course, the reversal reason. Okay, for us, it's okay to reverse in the same document because this is a not fiscal document, but just a general ledger document. And so we can post in anytime you want, any date. Okay, so now I press display before reversal and the system show you the original document that we want to reverse. Okay, now we go back here and it's okay? Yeah. Yeah.
Because the company is Colombia.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Company code is yes. Because it's not being okay, like you see another document. You have the document, this is the document that you want to then back. You have to the best document that you create. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. Now, after this, so we can proceed with the posting. So we save, okay? And when we save, check the system show you this warning message, check the tax reporting date, but in this case, we don't have a document related to the VAT. And so now we can press enter. In this case, put this functionality. Yes. Wait, sorry. Yeah. What? Okay, so just a second here. So this transaction code not display, not show you the reversal document, but that just this message, okay, that you have posted a document. Why this? Because if now you go in the your document, okay, now we can exit from this and go in FB03, okay, and here I put my document, not the reversal document, but my document, okay. So if I go on the header data that is present here, display document header, okay, here, as you can see, we have another information related to the reversal reference, a reversed by, okay, because the original document that we have posted has been reversed by this document, okay? And this information is present in the header data of the original document and the reversal document, because the two documents are linked. Okay? Okay. Give me a feedback when we are here, because I want to show you another functionality.
This one, okay? Okay, this is the reversal document that you are supposed to
Okay? Okay for all? Yes. Okay, now I want to show you this functionality. So if I go on document here and press print preview, okay, the system show you another layout for the same information that we have. Okay. In this layout is present this information reversed by, because this document that we have posted before has been reversed by this. And if you try to press on this information, you navigate to the two documents. So I press here and the system show you the document related to the reverse. This is the reversal document. As you can see, we have another document number here. Okay? Clear?
display your reversal document.
Okay.
You go back to the first document to the reverse document.
Okay? Perfect.
In this section, I
Yeah.
can see just only one reversal or
But here, but no, because in the screen you see just one reversal, because you have the general ledger entry that we have posted before, after we have posted the reversal, and the two documents are linked. Okay, but this is related to just this document. So you have the document and the reversal.
okay.
Just okay. 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 Huh? Okay. Okay. So I think that I have problem with the connection, but don't worry. We go ahead. Okay. Do you have doubt about this, the reversal process? Do you have doubt? No?
No.
Okay. So other topics. The posting of general ledger entry, but just general ledger entry by Furia. So if we need to post, for example, for the payroll cost, so we have different line item related to the different GL account that we need to manage in the payroll, for example. And of course, if we use a transaction code FB50, we need to insert one by one all item related to the cost. In SAP, but in Fiori Launchpad, it's possible to use an app that allow you import, upload in the Fiori app an Excel file, standard template, and in automatically in the system will be created the document with the all line item present in the Excel. Okay. If you have, for example, for cost account, the 200 line item related to the cost and the for, I don't know, the employee, okay? So you have all line items, so you put this information in an Excel file, of course, on a template that you can download from the app. After you upload this Excel in the app, and then automatically the system creates the document in SAP. But this functionality is present only for the journal entries, the general journal entries, not for vendor invoice, not for customer invoice. Okay? Okay. So if we go in the app, after we go in the app, so we can download the template. In the template is present, you of course you can choose the format, the spreadsheet, of course, and this is an example of template that the system download on your local PC. Okay, so we have, of course, the information that we need to manage, the header data of the document and the line item. And of course, we can insert different line items. When we upload this template in SAP, in this case, we have inserted the information, we proceed with the upload of the Excel in Fiori, and in automatically we proceed with the posting. And automatically the system posts the journal entry in SAP. Okay? So now we go in the system, we go in Fiori app, and we download the template. We insert the information in the template, upload the Excel in Fiori, and we create the journal entry in SAP. Very easy. Okay, so you need to go in SAP and run this transaction code /n/2e2/FLP.
You have already the transaction between the following statements.
Maybe we can use your, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now you press allow. No, don't worry. Allow. Okay, advance it and press on this thing. And see.
Continue.
Ah, no, abbiamo il problema di connessione.
Yes,
Okay, you know. For you it's okay. No, but this problem related to the user. Here it's okay. You can try pressing advance and continue here.
Yes.
We're in the same, okay? So maybe you can use the same user account that are using you. I don't know. The user you are. When you are using this.
Full software.
Yes, that you are using on SAP. No, you. That you are using SAP now.
Yeah.
This, okay, so yes. Yes. Yes.
You have to change the account.
Okay, no.
Because you are paying
Yes. No, you don't have the app activated for your user. Okay.
No.
No, you have just an inbox. Okay, don't worry. We need to use another. Qui accedete? Ok. Technical issue, no, because the app will be activated by for user. And for this training user, it's not activated, it's not good. But second, I want to verify, to see.
Just a moment. Problem with the PC.
Chiedi. Ce l'hai? Accede? Vediamo, a me non va. Sicuramente. Just second, and we try to get
No?
Salve, yes. Se qualcosa mi dai un attimo di fuori. Perché c'è la piena seria, vedete. No, non la voglio neanche. Ah, vabbè, sempre detto. Sì. Allora,
Ok.
so we found an laptop that is present. The pure. Okay. No, don't worry, don't worry. Okay. Where is?
Yeah, Carmine.
Ah.
Guardi.
New. We not destroy it.
Oh, how much?
Okay. Okay. Sì.
Come prima era del tuo.
Selection.
Disconnect.
I think it is your user.
Yes.
Meno male. Non posso. Non funziona. Aspetta che mi è caduto tutto l'ambaradano. Ma è un genio. Come c'è condiviso? Vai.
Entra nella.
No, vabbè.
Carmine, your battery notebook is low. Yes, we know.
We have a genius.
Just a moment. Okay, Carmine, you can use my PC. Use my PC.
Okay. Okay. So now we can. Okay. I can proceed with this test. Maybe not you, because for your user it's this up. but for Filea, yes. So now we use this app, upload general journal entries. Okay, so we go in the app. Okay, just a second. It's very fast. Okay, so now from the app, okay, we can download the template. So we can press here, download template, and we choose the format spreadsheet. Now we press on download, okay, perfect, save as, because of course, I have to say, for example, on desktop, this journal entry template is okay, and now we can proceed with save. Okay, so now if we go on our desktop, okay, our desktop here, it's here. Okay, so, well, okay, so this is our template that we have downloaded from the Fiori. And if the system opens this, no. Yeah. Okay. 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 Okay, so this is our template that we have downloaded from SAP. So we have, in this case, 2 lines with right header. Why this? Because of course we can post different documents in the same times. Okay, if we want, for example, to create 2 documents, so we insert the information, the header data of the first, the line item, of course, and after we insert other header data and other line item for the second document. Okay, if we want to post just one document, so we can delete the row here. So we can delete. So we leave just the first line item related to the header and line item. Okay, and we post just one document. Okay, so this, okay, so as you can see, we have same information with the as they is present here. So this is mandatory. So we need to insert the company code, journal entry type, this is the document type, okay? After we have the document date, the posting date, and other information that the system is mandatory. Okay, for example, we use here MX20, journal entry is SA, document date is, for example, today, and insert. Here, the same as a posting date. Monthly, it's not mandatory, it's okay. Either text, it's not mandatory. Transaction currency, for example, MXN. Other information on the header, it's not mandatory. Okay, so now we go on the line item. First, the company is the same of the header, of course. So we have MX20 here. The GL account. So we need to insert the GL account that we want to post. If we go on SAP, maybe we can select a GL account. For example, maybe this open. Yes, we can use this, for example, deposit adjustment, just for an example. Okay. of course, we don't have the indication minus plus for the amount, but we have two columns, two different columns, debit and credit. Okay, for example, I insert here 1,000 in debit position, and we don't have other information. Yes, now it's okay, because this is a balance sheet account and not a cost account. Okay, so we don't need to insert the cost center. Now insert another line for company code and choose another GL account. This, maybe no, yes, no. Another GL account, this, for example, yes, I can use. Okay, and in credit, I insert 1,000, the same amount, of course. The balance is 0, okay? And so now we can proceed, yes. So we can save, okay, in local. Now we close the Excel and we go on Fury. Now, browser, because we need to choose, no. It looks good. See. But we have problem with the connection. Second. Okay. Maybe it's so late. Second. Okay. Now we system. I think that we have a connection problem. Yes, we have a connection problem. Okay. That? It's the VPN. Okay, don't worry. Daniele dov'è?
Is it more important?
Just a second, just a second. Want to understand. Okay, just a second. I want to check if the second.
Try to.
Try to.
Non so solo in Oh, sono le cose. No.
Non lo contribuire su
Okay, I think it's late for today. And so we stop with the session and we restart tomorrow. Okay? We finish.
connected the system.
We can this test and after we stop, okay? Okay, this session is too long. Scriviamo adesso. So, now, okay. Now, from here, we select our directory, we select our document, journal entity, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
No, you want to share.
no, not worry, it's here. Okay, so I press on browser from here in order to select the directory and take the file that we have modified. Okay, so now we open it. Okay, and automatically the system upload your file. Okay, and now we can proceed with the posting from here. Okay, so we have an error for the posting. Why? Just I want to verify is show log. I got this application. It's from the quotation. No, we have problem with the connection. So, we can stop. Okay, we stop for today. And we start back. Yeah.
You have to stop.
Yes. Please stop.
Stop. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for all and see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Tomorrow.
For POS6. No. Development conference. For the company. Invoicing. You? Oh, you are lucky.
And tomorrow we have the morning POS. Are you interested?
The back.
It's very cool.
Yes.
And we need to finish this session, this year. Because we have the fiscal reporting, the other reporting, the general account, the exchange rate management in SAP, and the info, transfer data, and then other topic. Yes, it's very cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bruno.
Thank you.